All right, this question is asking us to find the equation of this quadratic, but in the standard form. So that is in this form here. So we've got a little bit of information about it. First of all, that there's this turning point. So if we were to plot this guy, it would look something like this, where our turning point is at 2 in the x and 3 in the y. So if you don't know much about the turning point format, I suggest you study up on it. However, quadratic in its turning point format is given by this. Now, x TP is that one there, that 2, and y TP is that one there, that 3. So you can see we can already use that to substitute it in. So we can kind of find the majority of our turning point equation just with this bit in green. So if we do that, we get minus 2 squared plus 3. Okay, so that's that part of it done. So that's the first step of this, and that's to find the quadratic in the turning point form. But we also have an unknown here, that a. And so we need this other bit here, that 1 and 6. So the turning point is located at 2 and 3, and the curve also passes through another point at point 1 and 6. Okay, so point 1 and 6 here. And we can see that that is going to be kind of at this point here, that 1 and 6. So now what we can do is we can see that we just kind of have to substitute x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 6. So if we pop that in, and I'll pop in the rest of the values. We still don't know what a is. That's just some number. And let's simplify and solve for a. So 1 minus 2 is minus 1 squared. And minus 1 squared is just equal to 1. So minus 1 times minus 1, negative cancel out. All you're left with is 1 there. And now we can really easily solve for a. So a in this case, 6 minus 3. And now we have everything we need to know about our quadratic. But that's not the end of the question, because that is not the form that the question is asking us to solve it in. We need to have it as some number x squared plus some number x plus some number. Okay, so we've got to expand this. We've got to expand this bit here. All right, so that's a binomial, and hopefully you know how to expand these really quickly. So it will be x squared, because that's the number 2 there. So you can see that. And then it is plus 2 lots of this value here multiplied by this value here. Okay, so when we do it, we get x times 2, and then the last thing is it's that minus 2 squared. So hopefully again you can see that square there. So more generally, you can have a look at this pattern here, and you can do that in your own time. But this is what we need to remember, and it makes us much more efficient because there's quite a lot of time pressure with Year 11 Math Methods exams. So you want to get quick at doing that. All right. So let's simplify this out. and we'll get 4x plus 4 squared. And the next step is expanding our brackets. Getting rid of that squared, that shouldn't be squared there. All right, and then we say plus 3. So making this look all very neat, it's that minus 12. And if you combine this, we get our 12 plus our 3. And hopefully you can see the answer here. That this is our final answer in the turning point form. And that's how we do it. So importantly, there's a couple of steps to this one. The first step is recognizing the turning point form and understanding how to go from something like this, right, to putting it into here, like what we've done. Okay, so that's the first step. The next step is going to be solving for A, which you can do. And then after that, we have to expand our brackets. And that's just a lot of expanding, and we finally end up with our final answer.